everybody. My name is Fiona Fitzpatrick, and I'm the 2021 Insurance Apprentice winner. And I'm catching up with the top 12 contestants of the Insurance Apprentice 2022. And today I'm speaking with Wayne. And congratulations, Wayne, on your position in the top 12 for the Insurance Apprentice 2022. It's a super fantastic achievement. And we're chatting here today because you competed in the first round of the competition. And because of getting the highest score in your session, you've been chosen for the next round. So let's hear a little bit more about Wayne. Tell me, or tell us, your name, where you work, and what you do there.
Well, thanks for the congratulations and thanks for having me. My name is Wayne Moorcroft. I've been in the insurance industry for the last 16 years now. It's basically the only thing I've ever done. Since I finished school, I got involved in insurance. So I'm an insurance broker situated in the East Rand. And that's basically me. Okay, so did you have an idea, Wayne, of what was coming from previous episodes and the previous season being virtual? Did you feel like you were prepared for what was coming your way, or how did you go? How did you go with your elimination challenge? I had an idea, but it doesn't prepare you for the actual thing. I think it's much more nerve-wracking when you're involved in the shooting of the episode itself. There's a lot of different facets that you can't prepare for. I mean, you can do so much work, but then on the day, things might change or things might differ. And obviously you can prepare so much, but the questions are, you can't prepare for all the questions. So a few things surprised me. I did do a lot of preparation in terms of, I had the other staff in the office ask me sudden death type of questions and getting me to respond quickly, because I felt like that was a key focus area, to be able to respond quickly and efficiently and giving the correct answer. But yeah, it wasn't as I expected. I'm just glad I made it through. To be honest, it is quite nerve-wracking.
So how does it feel to be sitting here right now in the top 12? Like take a deep breath. How does it feel? Does it feel good?
It does feel good. There's a element of surrealty to it, if that's even a word. It does feel like an accomplishment. Obviously, you want to take it step by step. I think from here going forward, I don't want to rest on my laurels too much. There's still a lot of preparation work to do for what's coming up next.
Yeah, the preparation is key. Prepare for the West, and just take it from there. Hey? So in terms of the actual competition and the way forward, what are you most excited about? Like, what are you sitting on with that excitement?
I think the thing I'm most excited about is getting to mingle with the other contestants, getting to see people, the way they work and their different strengths, and see how I measure up to them and what I can learn from them. I'm quite interested in the tasks and challenging and the challenges. It looks daunting, so it scares me. But when something scares you, you grab it with both hands and you learn from it. So that's the thing I'm looking forward to the most, is actually getting to the interaction part, where it's a lot more of yourself in the moment and less of the knowledge that you acquired through the books.
So that's the excitement side. Is there anything that you're particularly nervous of? Is it just taking it as it comes?
I think obviously the fear of failing is something that hangs, if I'm brutally honest with myself, that hangs over my head, is knowing or having an idea of how well you can do, and then getting short of that mark. That's the one thing. And then maybe humiliation. That would be the one thing that I'd say I'd fear the most. Okay.
So you haven't been through this apprentice journey before, have you?
No.
Do you think that the apprentice journey would be very different if it was an in-person experience, or do you feel that the virtual experience is going to give you the full apprentice experience?
I'm not entirely sure. I'm a face-to-face person with the nature of my job, and I'm not the biggest fan of the virtual side of things, not necessarily the virtual format. I like the virtual format of the Apprentice, having it in the structure of a game show. So I like that part because that differs from what I believe happened in the past with previous seasons pre-COVID. Um, I'm not entirely sure how it worked in the interview rounds. I never made it up to there, but for me, that's the interesting part. I do think it would be a lot different. I think people in person is not exactly the same like they are online. So I think there's a little bit more freedom virtually, but also a lot more people might be shy. You can't actually see the other contestants and measure their nerves. So I think that would have maybe changed, maybe just on the scope of how people think and feel and how they work. Yeah, that's what I think may differ, but preference-wise, I'm not entirely sure. I think both are rather daunting. When I watch previous seasons of the Apprentice, it looks to me like when they hit the ground running, the tasks are extremely difficult. So this looks to be more condensed due to the situation we're in, but it's also just as tough.
Yeah, I don't think the experience is any easier because it's virtual. From being in a virtual season of The Apprentice, and doing it from start to finish, I would definitely say there is pros and cons, but I would say there's definitely pros and cons to both, through that journey. So back to The Apprentice and back to the topics. Do you have any ideas of what topics are going to be thrown your way in terms of the challenges?
I'm guessing the relevant topics of last year, the riots, the looting. I think that devastated our economy a bit. So I'm guessing that's going to be definitely one of the main topics being focused on. I think other topics like the contingency business interruption is still going to play a part because those things are still being finalized with the court cases and what's going on in the industry. And there's obviously continuous changes. We've learned so much from COVID in the last year again. It looks like once you think it changes again. So yeah, I think those are the two topics that will be at the forefront.
So in terms of those topics that are going to be thrown at you for you to run with for the challenges, which of the task sponsors are you most excited or nervous about for their challenges that they're going to bring your way?
Yeah, it depends on what they bring, and I think that's because you can go in so many. They can go into a different route, all of them. If SHA does a task and it's liability wise, I'm quite keen for that. That's an area I like to learn in. But then again, if there's going to be environmental tasks and maybe some marine cargo or overseas shipping tasks, those are the ones that I fear a little bit more with and environmental risk. I remember watching an episode where there was an environmental fire and spillage, and it looks like all the contestants we're not doing so well on that one. So the areas, because shipping is not one of my main things or a thing I do. Those are the ones that I fear the most.
Okay. So I mean, you mentioned at the beginning of this that you've done quite a bit of reading to prepare to get through the elimination round. What do you plan on doing between now and the next time that you appear on the episodes to prepare? Is it going to be more reading, or are you going to take some time off? What's the preparation that's en route for the next challenges?
What bothered me about my episode is that there's still things I didn't know and things that were in the reading that I missed. So I want to focus on getting into the intricate details and at least knowing a little bit more about the topic or the sponsor of the day. So yeah, there's no rest for the weary. I have to utilize my time effectively and get back to just getting in the pages and start drilling through that.
Yeah, study. So would you motivate other people to enter the apprentice and go through this experience as you've currently had it, and why?
Yes, I definitely would. I think the thing that I love about this experience is that it gives exposure to young brokers, which is not young brokers, but young people in the insurance industry. I say young brokers because there's not a lot, but it's just my world and my exposure. But there's not a lot of young people in the industry, and it looks like when young people get involved, they get involved more with the faster ways of doing insurance, the over the phone type of business, and there's no real relationship building. So I definitely motivate other people to do the same, to get involved and try something new. This is very frightening. You have to make adjustments on the fly. You doing things not in your mother tongue. But what I found is that even with the people helping me, is I learn a lot and they learn a lot through the content. So this is so industry relevant that I'll advise anyone to do it. Yeah.
And ultimately, why did you enter?
When I saw the insurance apprentice advert the first time a few years ago, and they had the description of someone that is under 35 and is in the industry for more than 4 years, and I thought to myself, well, at that stage I was not even 30, and I've been in the industry at that stage I think for 10 or 11 years. I thought, well, not only do I fit the profile, I think I'm overqualified. So maybe do this, to prove to yourself that, because even the picture, I feel it looks like me. But I'll be honest. For me, I entered now to just challenge myself, not in areas where I've actually grown comfortable in. As I said, I've been in the industry for 16 years, and you start to get used to doing the same thing every day. So this is a big challenge, and you also get to that point where you think you know a lot, and when you join this experience, it's very humbling. And in the past, when I wasn't chosen, it did exactly that for me. It showed me that, listen, there's still a lot of things you can learn, and I'm keen for that. Also keen also keen to put out the culture of my business, my company, to get that out into the industry, to represent.
And I think it's an amazing platform to do that. As well, a huge highlight for me from my season last year was connecting with other people that had gone on the same journey as me through the competition, and just realizing how many incredible young people there are in the industry. Because I think oftentimes, and it might be the same for you in your position currently, we deal with a lot of older, more senior people in the industry that have been doing it in certain circumstances longer than we've been alive. And you often think, well, where are all the young people? But they're all on the Apprentice, so it's it's a good place to find them.
Yes.
Yeah. So my final question to you, Wayne, is: are you planning on winning?
Yes, ma'am. I'm going straight for the win.
Ooh, okay. Well, I'm super excited for you, and I can't wait to see your journey unfold on The Apprentice. When I entered last year, it was my first time entering. It was my first time getting through. So I can only hope the same success for everybody that I've spoken to, but I can only hope the same success for you as a fellow broker. I think it's cool to see some brokers out there showing up, representing. And I'm holding thumbs for you, and super well done for entering, getting this far, and I can't wait to see where you end up. So
thank you very much, ma'am. I appreciate it a lot.
Good luck and all the best, and we'll watch your journey.